Imagine being born into a family with little political power, only to become the woman whose choices would change England forever. She wasn't a princess, she wasn't the daughter of a mighty king. Yet one secret marriage sparked outrage across Europe, divided England's most powerful nobles, helped ignite a civil war, and eventually paved the way for the Tudor dynasty. Some called her a loving queen, others branded her a dangerous schemer. Even today, historians still debate whether Elizabeth Woodville saved England or helped plunge it into chaos. This is the extraordinary story of the woman who quietly changed English history. To understand Elizabeth Woodville's story, we must travel back to 15th century England, a nation torn apart by one of the bloodiest struggles for the throne in British history, the Wars of the Roses. For decades, two branches of the royal house of Plantagenet fought for control of England. The House of Lancaster, symbolized by the red rose, battled the House of York, represented by the white rose. Kings were overthrown, nobles switched sides without warning, and victory on the battlefield could disappear overnight. In this dangerous world, survival depended on family connections, powerful allies, and sometimes pure luck. Few could have imagined that one noblewoman would become one of the conflict's most influential figures. Her name was Elizabeth Woodville. Elizabeth was born around 1437 into the Woodville family. Although noble, her family ranked well below England's greatest aristocratic houses. Her father, Sir Richard Woodville, had earned respect through military service. Her mother, Jacquetta of Luxembourg, was far more remarkable. She had once been married to the Duke of Bedford, the brother of King Henry V, making her one of the highest-born women in Europe. Despite these connections, Elizabeth's future seemed ordinary by noble standards. As a young woman, she married Sir John Grey, a supporter of the House of Lancaster. Together, they had two sons and appeared destined for a peaceful life. Then, war shattered everything. In 1461, John Grey was killed during the Second Battle of St. Albans while fighting for the Lancastrian cause. At only about 24 years old, Elizabeth became a widow with two young children. In medieval England, widowhood often meant financial hardship and uncertainty. She needed protection, income, and a secure future for her sons. What happened next would astonish an entire kingdom. According to one famous tradition, Elizabeth waited beneath an oak tree beside the road where the victorious Yorkist king, Edward IV, would pass. She hoped to present a petition asking the king to restore lands that had belonged to her late husband. Edward IV was young, tall, charismatic, and already famous for his success on the battlefield. He had won England's crown through courage and military brilliance. No one expected the king to fall deeply in love with a widowed noblewoman whose family had fought for his enemies. Yet that is exactly what happened. Instead of arranging a politically useful marriage with a powerful European princess, Edward secretly married Elizabeth Woodville on May 1st, 1464. The ceremony was conducted in private, reportedly witnessed by only a handful of people. When the marriage became public, it shocked the English court. Many powerful nobles felt betrayed. None was angrier than Richard Neville, the Earl of Warwick, known to history as the Kingmaker. Warwick had been negotiating a prestigious foreign marriage for Edward that would strengthen England's alliances. Instead, the king had secretly married for love. That single decision transformed England's political landscape. Warwick's influence began to crumble. Old alliances broke apart. New enemies emerged, and England moved one step closer to renewed conflict.